It's a big fight weekend, and at the same time, it's also the holiday weekend. So I'm gonna give you some amazing behind the scenes fight stuff, which is looking behind one of the highest skill sets in the sport of boxing that reigned into the 90s all the way to the current day with the serious styles and skill set of mid training. So I'm going to go behind the scenes and what it looks like back when we first did our Mid Master 2, which is the Roger Mayweather form of mitts. And what we decided to do is give you guys a bird's eye view on what we call the cycles. So, with this being said, special thanks and shout out to you for taking the time to tune in. But I'm about to go behind the scenes and let you see how we build upon this. I know a lot of you probably used to watch the sport and didn't understand what went behind creating a system of mid training like that. So hopefully you guys get a lot from this. And if you start doing this, your reaction skills to your counter punching will be off the charts. Another thing that comes from this is razor sharp reaction. And you can see anything coming, but you have to do this in the manner in which it's explained in this video. Now, I want everyone who will be watching this video to understand these things take a period of time. This video shoot lasted a total of approximately 6 hours. And so you're going to go into this and see the intro, and then you'll get right into like an hour later. And hopefully, you got your notepad. We're going to keep this up just a few hours today. Now, this will teach you some serious stuff, and this gives you the most confidence than any drills that you do because that's you doing these skills and these drills. So take a listen. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed, and I know you will because this is how you build supreme level boxes. With that being said, no further ado, all of you who are watching, I like to just send a special shout out to my sponsors, Jab Juice Social Media, helping the combat athletes and trainers of the game learn how to magnify their voice and their name. Their brand names mean everything. So, with that being said, innovation is a key thing. Now, for those of you who don't know me, before we get going, my name is Eric A. Bradley, coach. That is, and I'm third generation, and you guys are generation four. I've been teaching boxing for 3 decades, and my biggest claim to fame is over 40 title training camps and working with some of the most elite athletes from the amateurs, pros, MMA, and boxing. So, I can't leave off the NFL as well. So, with no further ado, I've also done my biggest thing today is meeting you. So, enjoy this. This is Mid Master 3. I dedicate this to the Black Mamba, Roger Mayweather. Continued rest of God.
We go through a cycle. Cycle one will have 7 breaking points. Breaking points is every time he blocks, catches, rolls to hunt, and slips. So those are breaking points. So in this cycle, there'll be 7 breaking points. We're going to go through one break cycle. So I go here, block all 3, 2, and take the ball. Let's get them nice and sturdy. All right, and you make sure you tapping on the gloves so he'll get used to punches landing there. That'll increase his punch endurance. I'll hit him as fast as you throwing them. Ready? Let's work with this. All right, come on. This mouth of the last 7 minutes. Wrap up. Come on. That's good. Good. On it. Roll. Still out. Thighs. Up. Back. Get that. Back. About it. Yeah. About that so fast. And cut. Catch it. Bucket. Roll. The flower. We get her. Engine. Pull. Down. Block. Under. Non-stop. Upward. Wow. That's it. That's how you do it. Cycle 7. Rolling shoulder. Knowing how to throw those hands in the mid-master series. Keep practicing. Cycle. No rushing. Walkthroughs. Execute and become a pugilist.
Boom. Kind of told you guys it's the real deal. So that took you from one of the stages and phases of reaction drill. I always used to see back when those guys used to do those 24/7s, and I used to really appreciate it because I was in the gym doing it. So I knew exactly what it took. But that took about 6 hours to shoot. Not just that, there were a whole multitude of different types of skills and different types of mitts. You have bumblebee drills, you have reaction training, you have power mitts, you have all different types of counterpunching skills inside of that. And then we actually took it into the ring for sparring. So Mitt Master 2 is one of the most profound and complete training systems that I created for mitts and trainers who understood how important it was to know how to throw variations of punches. But at the same time, you got to be able to defend, counter, shoot, and get out of there at the same time. So you learn so many different things when it came down to reaction quick, striking in combinations, being fast, maniacal. If you could see that, there were punches being thrown in between punches constantly. So if he slid off to the side, he would go here, slip here, and then the same uppercut. So double that thing. That's a hard person to fight against. And that's what we are teaching our trainers to teach their fighters. So with that being said, man, that's what we have been doing, making sure that we give you guys something to look forward to. If there are many questions, I wanted to make it clear that there was a young man who asked yesterday, I mean, how long does it take to develop a fighter? It's all dependent on the coach. He has a process, he has a system, he has a method. Now, when it comes down to us, it took you a year to spar, but now I condense that programming so that you guys can get into the ring a lot sooner, but you're still prepped. But before it was all said and done, I wanted to make sure you had your basic, your fundamentals, and your solid footwork program. Because the footwork is everything. A lot of you guys are in a position where you're thinking you're boxing with your hands, but you box with your feet. And if you don't have your footwork together, you'll look like, the young man who ended up fighting against Devin Haney. You just don't know that you can't beat this guy until you get in the ring and he outfeet you. Not beat you, but feet you. The feet is how you box. And so until you figure that out, keep working. That's what that program right there, Mid Master 2, inside of Champions University. It's online for all of our professional training systems so that you can have something to work on every single day. And these guys are everything to me. So I want you all to really take heed to knowing that they're levels. And don't get your guy out there and get him set up for the okie doke, because that's what's going to happen. You don't want to learn the hard way. You're learning on the clock with someone else's health. And one day he's going to run into a master boxer kind of fighter. And our job is to take everything that he has away from him. And it's going to make you look incompetent. So if you don't want to look incompetent, you probably want to go up there to masterboxingllc.com and make sure that you're prepared and that you can use what you're doing and taken into an entirely different level because you are right now, you're the future of the sport on whatever level or role that you'll play. Be prepared because boxing throws a lot of tricks at you. Nothing that you're learning on a conventional level is going to be enough. I can guarantee you that if you're not directly up under the tutelage of someone who's really have done this and know how to show you the map, you're going to be a disaster. This I can guarantee you. So to prevent that, make sure you're under the tutelage. And what my biggest advice is to anybody. I had the leverage, I had the opportunity to do it. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. Hopefully you've gone out and gotten some gifts and some special things. And remember this, it's not all about the money. It's not all about spending. It's all about taking immense care of the people that are directly in front of you, those who you love, those who you want to share time with, those who mean the most to you. So don't get caught up in all the hoopla and the marketing drawing you in there. Just love, be conscious, and know what this week was actually about. That is, if you're a Christian. If you're not, still use the holidays of the seasons to just show and care for people. And we all go through it. As good as times feel, those moments go just like an elevator. They go up and down. So remember, if you see someone having so too good a time, remember there's a hangover that comes with that. So always feel privileged and honored to say something nice to someone or do a nice gesture or feed someone. And that is how this holiday is supposed to impact us all. So I pray for you, and hopefully you guys are doing the same in return. Eat some good food, but stay in shape. There's nothing worth throwing your health away. And remember, guys, enjoy the fights. Of course, we'll pop back on for a couple of minutes tomorrow. But for all of you guys in the School of Boxing, you coaches, I appreciate you because you knew and you know that boxing is more than just getting a bunch of skills and owning a bunch of stuff. It's just like going to college and becoming a doctor. You need a residency. You need to be where you need to be because you're going to get lonely. Because when you're a coach out there doing this thing by yourself, everybody expects you to have the answers and you're not. Because if you ain't done this before, boxing is going to continue to throw more and more tricks at you every time you think you got it. That's why you think I've had to write literally 30 books, because right when you think you got it, it's a whole nother novel waiting for you. So be safe, be smart, get under the tutelage so you can ask questions to somebody who has your best interests at heart. And continue blessings, guys. Today, if you're in that position that you have family around you and friends around you, tell them that you love them. All right, guys. And I see you at masterboxingllc.com. Looking forward to leading you guys into your next generation and the level of success that you're about to have. Peace out. I see you in the winner's circle.